My lord, Captain Headley, Imperial Corrections. Sorry to impose, but I've got a mess on my hands. Was overseeing a prisoner transfer. Weequay pirate named Vomba. Couple of bounty hunters caught him, wanted the reward. Somehow Vomba's mates found out, shut down our security droids, turned the entire spaceport into a war zone before they made off with him.
Even a child would have anticipated some ill-conceived rescue attempt.
That's why I added the extra droid detail. Didn't expect he'd slice them. Between the droid shutdown and his cronies, that swaggering git has the run of the terminal, but we've got him cornered. Negotiations ended with a dead diplomat. I'm not having any more of that. Rather someone just went in there and made an example of him.
There will be no survivors.
Much obliged. Vomba's gang has sliced control stations throughout the terminal. You reset them, the droids should power back on and do their part. From there, it's just a matter of cleaning up. Go wild.
Is there something you want, droid?
Forgive the unorthodox introductions. Moro Vizon, Head of Special Operations for the Imperial Diplomatic Service. I need assistance plucking a thorn from the Empire's side. It should be a trivial task for a Sith, my lord, but I want the world to see your power.
What's the mission?
I was tasked with gathering allies on Nar Shaddaa. Hut clans, corporations, gangsters. But one man has resisted our entreaties. Ukabi is the local leader of the Exchange, a galaxy-spanning criminal organization specializing in high-tech vice. Ukabi and the Exchange refuse to join us.
You want me to convince this Ukabi to change his mind?
We're long past that point. The Exchange spends more money than most governments on spies, slicers, and scientists. Anyone they can't buy, they kidnap. They would have been valuable friends, but Ukabi drugs and tortures my messengers. We need to make an example of him.
Defiance is unacceptable. He should be dealt with.
I want his army decimated, his arms caches looted, his chemical refineries razed to the ground. I want a show of force so overwhelming that no one on Nar Shaddaa will ever deny the Empire again. If you would grant us this favor.
It may serve my purposes. The Exchange will burn.
The Exchange operates out of the Corellian sector of the city. Your path of destruction begins there. When you're through crippling the operations, you can find me at my command post. I'll be watching the chaos from my chambers.
bounty. Sods in Courtin didn't survive the firefight, so they won't need it.
Oh, Destress, dear brutish Destress. And Riley, so beautiful and intelligent. You were like children to me, which is why it pains me to do this.
You can cut the act, Palladius. You never cared about any of your children.
We don't need a tyrant for a father.
Ah, well said. Marvelous last words. Truly, I expected nothing less, which is what makes this so hard. Now, if you'll excuse me, my other children would like to play with you.
What have we here? The cavalry, looks like. Appreciate the help, but I had it under control.
Tagasar Charis embarks prize warperen swase ikbus karatida.
Easy, Destress. This isn't some holo you're talking to. My lord.
You would be wise to follow her lead.
Course, my lord. Sorry. There was a lady Sith a while back, Darth Sash. Said she'd send someone to help us out. You it?
Palladius has something I need. And if helping you will get it for me, then yes.
Good, because it makes me sick to think Palladius is out there while I'm cooped up in this rat hole.
Palladius built his empire on the backs of the poor. Said he'd save them from their miserable lives.
Said we'd make a mighty sword and strike against our enemies? It was all lies. It was all lies, but you win the support of the poor, you knock Palladius's legs out from under him.
The masses will worship me by dawn.
Get him the way Palladius did. Find the biggest, most vicious gang on the block and crush them. Right now, the gang's the Crates, named after the Crate Dragon on Tatooine. Their leader, Sabin, thinks he's descended from one. Take out Sabin, and the masses will see you as a regular hero.
He'll need to be a dragon if he hopes to stand against me.
With all respect, taking out the crates wins you followers only until the next gang rises up. But there may be another way. A plague called the Rot afflicts the poorest of Nar Shaddaa's poor. But it can be cured, and the person who does so will be regarded not just as a hero, but as a prophet.
What exactly does this entail?
The cure to the Rot is owned by Titus Neutronics. You'll have to steal it from their warehouse, then distribute it.
In this case, I'd rather be loved than feared.
Good, but be careful. The warehouse is heavily guarded, but if you can steal the cure and distribute it in the Corellian sector, you'll own the lower classes.
You took out a contract?
Yes, that's me, Otheros, owner of the Haven's Blaze Casino. I'm concerned about the debt facilitators hired by the Lucky Runner Casino. They're nothing more than gangsters, street scum, like their boss. I'm tired of people thinking we're all criminals. The Haven's Blaze is a legitimate establishment. What's more, these thugs are killing our potential customers.
Rest assured they won't be conducting business much longer.
Happy to hear it. I've taken the liberty of compiling a list of the places one might find these brutes. Nowhere respectable, to be certain. Now, please excuse me. I'm quite busy. With the client's information, you should be able to find local miscreants who can provide more details. Please do not hesitate to question them aggressively.
Godoba, please. I have good news.
Do not attempt to dissimulate.
No dissimulation intended. But I wanted you to meet someone. My lord, allow me to introduce the diplomatic services allies on Nar Shaddaa, the Shadow Syndicate.
Who are these people?
I'll show you around the room. Godoba the Hutt, owner of the club Vertica Casino and 5 city sectors. Your ship is docked in his spaceport. Varko Ti, Chomash of the Nar Shaddaa Labor Alliance. There are no better slavers in the galaxy.
A pleasure.
And last, DXTX, primary hub of the DX Annihilator network.
Your destructive prowess is respectable. Negotiations permitted.
Together they represent key powers. Yukabi and the Exchange could have joined them, but thanks to your strike, we needn't worry about the Exchange anymore.
Some insects keep crawling after being stomped.
You may be more right than you know. This woman has lied to you.
What?
She has blundered where many upstarts blundered before. And now, we all pay the price.
What makes Yukabi so great a threat?
I'm sure they're exaggerating the situation.
He's preparing an army of Stimenhat's killers and cybernetically linked assassins.
Detonite droid production has increased.
Ah, very well. If Yukabi won't learn his lesson, then the Empire can handle his dying blows.
Quiet. You've caused plenty of trouble already.
My sources report Exchange death squads on the move. As you destroyed his assets, he'll destroy ours. The promenade, factories, slave pens.